Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Seher Ahmed from Studio by TCS. आज हमारे साथ Abira is coming live with us on this Insta session. She's a co-founder of Primary Skincare and we'll be discussing some skin tips. We're discussing how to massage your face, how to keep your face fresh and glowing. And I think Abira has just joined us, so let me take her live.
Hi.
Hi Abira, how are you?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Abira.
Thanks. I think I had just sent a request and you'd gone offline and I was like, no, wait.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I think because of a lag, sometimes I don't get the request. It's not instant. So I think I just left at that point.
Yeah. No worries. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Abira?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Hi, Mariam. How's Ramadan coming along? How are things in quarantine?
Ramzan, I feel like we were slightly already in Ramzan mode because I think the quarantine and being at home and all had started. But Alhamdulillah, can't complain. It's been easy since we've all been home.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because today I got an air fryer and I'm like, oh, this is my
Oh.
my way to becoming healthy now.
Listen, air fries are amazing. I've had one for 2-3 years, and yesterday I air fried samosas. I air fry wedges. There's a lot of options there. You
Yeah.
can in this comment, right?
Yeah, can you pin it? I don't know why my Insta doesn't allow me to pin comments. So I usually ask my guests to just pin it.
I'm clicking it. It's not coming. Maybe I have to do it. Like, as in the person who does it has to pin it, or can I do it?
Oh, can you do it if you don't mind?
No, I'm clicking it and the pin option is not coming. So I think the person who does.
No, I'm like, can you just maybe write skin tips or something and then pin that? Something like, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of copy what you've written, Abira.
Okay.
So have you tried the air fryer as yet?
I did, and it seemed like there was not much of a difference to be honest, and I'm wondering why I didn't do this before. I've been like soaking up French fries and pakoras and everything in so much oil.
Oh, yeah. It's the best option to have an air fryer, especially in Ramzan. So I'm just writing Abira from Primary Skincare talking about all things skin.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me. It's not letting me pin this either. Wait.
Okay, so then maybe it's something with our Insta account.
Mm.
Okay, let's get started anyway. So Abira,
Technology.
tell me something. Yeah. About skincare though, obviously people are right now, they're really, I mean, skincare has always been a big thing for women and men alike. Can you tell us like some daily routine things that we can do in order to improve our skin? Just, small tips maybe that we can implant, like sort of,
Yeah, sure. So for like I think this is a good time to be starting your own skincare routine because you have a time. So you should definitely start looking into what your skin type is, what you have, and especially what you have access to right now. Because I realize that a lot of people buy a lot of imported skincare, which is not available right now. So I also feel that this is a good time to switch to look at alternate and look at local options that are available in your market. So start looking for those options and set a basic skincare routine. I would say cleanse, tone, use spot treatment, acne treatment if you have any, and then moisturize. So I think start with the 4 or 5 basic skincare, and of course in the day you add SPF, and then in your night You can go in with like a different kind of moisturizer, and then there are various kinds of skincare acids, which is vitamin C, retinol, hyaluronic acid. There's so many things that you can keep slowly start applying in your routine, and it also kind of depends on what your needs are. For example, my need, I'll just discuss if someone can relate to it. I have extremely dry skin and very sensitive skin. So I use a lot of products that are hydrating, moisturizing, and products that have ceramides in it. And I have dermatitis as well, so my skin gets really patchy and red. So I try to use products that are soothing, calming, and especially with ceramides, because they create a good barrier, water function in your skin, and basically that's something that would protect my skin. So you need to be really mindful about what you're using. There's so much information out there that people should start reading and applying, because a lot of people these days, we get a lot of people saying, oh, I don't have skincare products, I'm going to do some DIY. And
Yeah.
DIY can be a little dangerous in the sense that I just feel like a lot of food items should be left in the kitchen and not applied to the face, because
Yeah.
so it gets a little complicated there. For example, something like turmeric, and like if you have turmeric, and if unless you have the original root turmeric and you're taking a shan masala ka box and have turmeric in it, and then you're applying it to your skin, that's like creating havoc. Because imagine, I don't know if you experience it, but whenever I'm using haldi and for food, like, or mixing my hands into something with has haldi, it goes all like yellow.
Yeah.
So imagine you're putting that on your skin, and it's obviously going to irritate your skin, and it's going to, and
Yeah.
it has artificial coloring in it. So something like that,
Absolutely. Yeah.
just avoid doing DIY that is, and these things. And with skincare, it's made in a formula. It has a formula. It's made in a lab. It's scientifically tested. Putting lemon juice or on your skin to make your skin lighter is just going to, it's so acidic, like tomatoes and lemons are so acidic that it's going to throw off your skincare, the pH level of your skin. So I would advise people to start with a very simple routine. Anything that products that they're already familiar with, if they don't want to experiment or they don't have the access to experiment as well. But definitely start looking at a lot of local stuff that's available.
So, Abhira, tell me something that, like when people do skincare as well, like a lot of people I know, like some are very sort of particular and they'll have different products for cleanse and then toning and moisturizing and whatnot. And there's some people who will just have like a face wash and they'll just wash their face and moisturize and they're good to go as well. So how important is it to actually have these different products as well for your skin?
So it also really depends on your skin. I know a few friends who have a completely clear skin and all they need is a face wash and they're done. But honestly, these things catch up on you and later on as you age. So like they start showing signs and stuff like forming wrinkles, or having hyperpigmentation and stuff like this. These things definitely catches up on you when you get older. Definitely, all your ailments and everything comes back. So skin is that way as well. It's the largest part of your organ. It's spread all over, and it's very important to be taking care of it. And using regular sunblock is very important, and all of that. So it really depends, but there's some people definitely, I would say, who just like wash their faces and go out, but it will in the long run catch up to them. So it's important to understand whether your skin is oily, dry, dehydrated, to use the right kind of products to combat that.
And how does one identify? I mean, maybe I'm asking you a very obvious question, but for some, excuse me, this is what happens with live session. But for some people, they can't, like, some people have an oily T-zone, so they can't understand whether it's a combination skin, or if it's just oily, or if it's just dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how does one like identify all of these things as well?
So obviously, when you have an oily T-zone and the rest is dry, and you put something on that's not working on your T-zone, and but it's working for your cheek area or something, then you identify that that's the oily zone. So for that kind of situation, it's always it's like how you multi-mask. You put different kind of masks in different kind of areas of your face to target those specific areas. You use the same moisturizers for that. For oily skin, I would say if your T-zone's oily, you take a gel moisturizer and use a gel moisturizer, and use more of a heavy moisturizer on your other parts of. So you need to kind of create that balance, and I understand it can be really tedious and difficult, but slowly you start applying this and creating a balance in your routine. So yeah.
So can you recommend some like local products as well? Like you said, we're all sort of right now, running out of products. Like when we go and shop and we buy in
Yeah.
bulk, and now everything's running out. And so everyone is looking at local products now for skincare. And I personally think I've tried some of them, and they're really good. They're at mark with international products as well. But can you make us some recommendations as well?
For local skincare, honestly, I have tried a few, but obviously, like, since we have our own brand, actually, you know what? I don't even have. Let me get my products and I can just explain them to you.
Okay. Gee, Mithu, sorry, I did read your comment, but I was in the middle of actually discussing something. I do not know. मेरे पीछे कोई नहीं खड़ा हुआ, so I don't know what you're referring to. People who are just joining us, we are actually talking to Abira, who's the co-founder of Primary Skincare, and she's giving us some skin tips. She's telling us what products to use, what local products there are in the market, and what we can do to improve the condition of our skin.
So basically, when we started this brand, we kind of realized that there's a big difference in our market over here, because with the import and so much imported skincare is difficult. It's expensive, and now it's also difficult to obtain because of the taxes, and now because of the pandemic situation and all of that. So I think we were really looking for something in between to fill that gap in, and we're really inspired by Korean skincare. So we have only two products. We're super small right now. We have one which is a glow toner, which has glycolic acid, chamomile, witch hazel, and aloe. This is our bottle. And
Okay.
so this is a toner which is a good exfoliant because it has glycolic acid in it. So glycolic acid is a chemical exfoliant. So instead of using physical scrubs, which can be really harsh on your skin, and especially people who suffer from acne and all of this, so they have with physical scrubs they have beads, so that go into your skin, and then obviously causes hyperpigmentation and a lot of rubbing. So you're obviously being very harsh with your skin. So instead of physical scrubs, ideally someone who's starting off with skincare and talking about a routine should go with something that has a chemical exfoliant. So glycolic acid is a chemical exfoliant, and it penetrates deep into your skin. You can use it. You can use it on a wet face. You can use it with even a cotton pad, and it has a lot of good properties, which is aloe, mint, witch hazel, which is a natural estrogen. So it really tones your skin. And with glycolic acid, it is a very small molecule, so it penetrates to the deeper level of your layer and removes the dead skin out. So that's
So are you saying this is a substitute for a mask? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying it's a substitute for a mask. So this comes, you cleanse first, and then you use a toner. With a mask, it's like you put on the mask and your face absorbs all the goodies, right? And masks have different functions, like some masks are hydrating masks. For example, we see a lot of Hydra Bombs, and Garnier has a lot of masks, and so this is an exfoliant. So this exfoliates your skin and removes the dead skin cells. So you should start with cleansing, and then after cleansing, you take this and you remove all the dirt that there, and definitely it removes the dead skin cells. And then the other product that we have is our Jasmine Dew Mist. It's in packaging right now. It's got hyaluronic acid, jasmine dew, green tea, and aloe. So hyaluronic acid is amazing, and it can be used. It comes in various forms. It can come in serum form. It comes in spray form. It comes in heavy. It comes in moisturizers, and it's very adaptable to a lot of different formulations. So this is a bottle. It's a
Okay. And what does this do, and when should one use it?
Okay, so hyaluronic acid, what it does is it's a humectant. What a humectant does is that it holds the water weight. For example, if you spray it on your skin, it basically hydrates your skin. It takes the water that's around you, and it takes it in. So it holds 100,000 times more weight water that's there. So with that this is helpful in that. And what it does is you can spray it after putting makeup on. You can spray it in between work. At times we're sitting in the office with the ACs on and it gets really dry, so you can just take a spray and spritz this all over, and you will instantly feel this plumpness in your skin, because then it has a water, so it takes in all its, since it's a humectant.
Oh my God, so I really want this product as well. I'm gonna order one very soon because it's
This also works as a makeup setting spray as well.
okay,
So
amazing.
it really works, and it's hydrating. It has a really nice jasmine dew scent. It has green tea and aloe, which are always very good for your skin. So it's an overall like a super product which can help you. You can also apply it after toning your face, after cleansing. So it can come in to like play with anywhere where your routine is.
Yeah. So actually, I just want to tell you, again, like this story, obviously, actually, this Farzana is saying that when she uses hydrochloric acid, then she gets a pimple. Is that normal to when that happens, or?
No, I don't know about hyaluronic acid in pimple. Maybe she's doing it or applying it wrong, because there are various ways that you can apply hyaluronic acid and the different formulations for the acid. So maybe if she's using pure hyaluronic serum or acid, then the best thing to do is that apply it on a wet face, because then that's the most moisture that your skin has, and with hyaluronic acid it'll take all that moisture in. And if it's in a spray form, then you can the other various ways. In fact, we have all the various ways where we can use it, and on our website, on our Instagram page, and at times I use it for my elbows. Your elbows and your knees and your get dry, and if you don't have moisturizer on top, and this is like easy to carry in my bag, I just use it on my dry ends at my elbow. So there are various ways that you can use it. So maybe she's.
But is there?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I'm saying, like, I mean, someone like, especially when it's a spray, I get carried. I just I start spraying it all the time. Is there like a limit to how much you should also use it?
Yeah, there is a limit, and I think when the person using it should understand the limit. If your face is getting too oily, or has too much spray on it or products on it, I'm sure you'll feel it, right? You'll start getting oiliness, start getting dry, or something of that sort. But yeah, with the spray, yeah, I do understand one can get carried away, but everything needs to be like done in like in a balance.
Yeah. So actually, Abhita, I wanted to ask you one thing. You mentioned, using sunblock, right?
Yeah.
I'm not, but and especially now that we're staying at home, should we be using it right now as well while staying at home?
Yeah, we should be using it right now as well, but maybe not in high SPF. Maybe we can do 15 or 30 if we have it available at home, because we're still getting sunlight, and we're not getting harshly exposed. But even when when we go to work, we're probably 20 minutes on the road where we're exposed to sunlight, but we still put that sunblock on, right? Because even in the office, and there's lights, and you're standing in front of the kitchen, the fire, all of these have exposure. And yes, we should definitely be using sunblock then as well.
Okay, so I just want to tell our viewers, you see what happens with us is because a lot of our viewers are international, so we put this on our obviously our feed as well, and throughout 24 hours people keep watching it, so that's why I keep repeating these things. I just want to say that even if you guys are staying home, using a moisturizer with an SPF of maybe 15 to 30 is still very important.
Yeah.
So, Bira, let's get on with, maybe you were telling us how to do like a face massage.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of face massage, and I started doing it a lot more since I've been home. Will you do it with me?
I would have loved to. I even got like my oil, but the thing is that I don't have a tripod yet, so I can do it with one hand.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So this is I'm using Ordinary's rose hip seed oil. It's cold pressed, and I really like this. It really helps with my inflammation because I have dermatitis and the areas where I go red as soon as I have contact with any sort of products.
Bira, just before we start, just one second. This Farzana is asking that can glycemic acid be harsh on skin as well?
So glycolic acid comes in various different percent. So the one that we have is 3%. There's 5% as well. There's 7%. And then once you go beyond, then it's called glycolic acid peels that people do. So with 3%, it's not too harsh. People who are starting off, I would recommend doing one acid at a time and starting off with maybe twice a week, and then start building it up to your routine. So once your skin gets familiar with it, it starts, and then you can keep adding on and doing it more often. At times, I know people who use 7% or 5% glycolic acid and just use it once or twice a week, and they're good. So for their exfoliation.
Okay.
So it's not hard.
And what's your opinion on what's your opinion on whitening cream?
Oh, whitening creams are like a big no-no. I mean, obviously, they have so many more chemicals there that are there, and something that's not naturally changing your pigmentation. So imagine how much harm it's causing you. That
Yeah.
And it's so temporary. It's so temporary. There's nobody that I've seen uses whitening cream and is, fair throughout their lives. So keep applying those harsh products over and over again. So it's definitely not recommended.
Yeah. So I agree with you.
Everybody should look for more brightening serums. There's so many brightening things. There's a niacinamide that's there, which is amazing. It's a brightening agent, and it's worked wonders. It helps fade scars, even out your skin tone. Even something like glycolic acid, since it's an exfoliant and it takes off the dead skin cells, it basically is evening out your skin tone. So your dark spots.
Yeah.
So all of that kind of comes into place. But with skincare and skincare acids and all, is that you need to give it time. You need to give it time.
Absolutely. Whenever I go to the salon, they always ask me whitening facial, and I'm like, "Aapka matlab kya hai with whitening facial?" And I'm actually dead against bleach as well, because it's so harsh on your skin. And I don't think that. Plus, I'm one of those who likes to tan, but still, I'm very scared of the whitening stuff and putting them on my face as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you're getting a whitening facial, which is not gonna last you for what? Like you're gonna wash off and you're white. I mean, I don't understand. Like it's not a permanent thing. It's so temporary. So why would you want to go with something temporary when over a period of time you can actually improve the quality of your skin by using? So there's so much out there. There's so much information out there as well that people can tune into. There's so much knowledge. There's so many skincare apps and YouTube, and so much is out there to keep you informed.
Okay, so let's start with your massage. Hi, Minal. Let's start with your massage, and I'm very excited because I like any form of massage. I love. So now I'm going to give myself a face massage every night.
Okay, amazing. So I'm going to start, and I'm gonna start with the beginner's massage that I started with, and basically you have three sections of your face. You divide it with the lower, then there's this area, and then there's your eyes and your forehead. I'm gonna just take some of the oil, just rub it, and rub to my neck as well.
So, someone again, Farhana is asking, what was this, some skin brightening ingredients if you have,
There are various
or
types of skin brightening ingredients. Glycolic acid is also aids to brightening because it exfoliates the dead skin cells. There's niacinamide, that's very good for brightening. There's vitamin C, which is also very good for brightening. And vitamin C, I can be a little bit irritating, but you kind of need to find the balance and find the right one for you. And there are a lot of formulations out there. So these three ingredients, especially vitamin C and niacinamide, are very good brightening agents. Can you tell me
okay,
Okay. I'll keep answering, I
yeah,
guess, as I go. So I'm
okay,
gonna start with my forehead. So I'm going to just take these three. And if anybody wants to join in right now, get a face oil and potentially do it with me, that would be great. So I'm just going to take these three fingers and these area, and I'm going to just massage it across like this. So face massages are very good for tightening your skin, flowing oxygen through. It really helps move around your tissues. So 3, and then on the other side, I'm going to do it again 5 times. 2,
how many times? 5 times?
4, 5. So you can do it as many times as you want. Depends on your focus area. So
Okay,
just make a rhythm. I do it 5 times. I do it 7 times at times, and maybe in some parts I do it more often. You can target your areas. You want to work on your cheeks. You want to work on your jaw. You want to work on like your dark circles, your depuffing. So they help with all of that. So after doing this, what I'm going
okay,
to again take these 3 fingers. I'm going to focus on my nose area along my contour line and go a little below my eyebrow, and this is like super calming. So I do this, just this. Stop here. 2, 3, 4, 5. With this, you instantly feel a lift as well. Then 1, take it all the way to my.
that's true.
2, 3, 4, 5. So I like to focus.
And it's so relaxing.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. There's another one that I do where I take it from here and then just put my pressure point around. I take my ring finger and around. And once I get used to this motion, then I just slightly go around my eye. So I don't put a lot of pressure under my eye because it's really sensitive, and so I don't want to tug my skin in. And then take my fingers and just go around my eye area. Then once I do this, then I will just take all my lymphatic tissues and drain them down.
Okay.
Then comes your cheek area. So with the cheek area, what I do is that I use the ends of my palm. This is a fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really funny motion, and I look like a fool doing it. But either way, I take this and I just lift my cheeks up.
So are you taking like the end of your palm or this part? Okay, okay, got it.
Adjust it underneath, and then this, and I can actually feel the knots of my cheeks opening up like this way, and I take it over.
I'm doing it on one side, so maybe my one side will look retarded after a while, and one will look amazing.
So if I want to do more cheeks, then I would also then do a circle, like a motion that goes upwards.
Listen, so I have a lot of swelling on my face. A lot of people do for different various reasons. Does this help with that as well?
Yeah, definitely it can help with that. But maybe you should also look into why your face is swelling. Maybe you're not drinking enough water. There are multiple reasons to why this could be it, like why your face is swelling. So I can't
Yeah.
say for sure, but definitely it moves around. So when you it's oxygen, you have knots on your face, your brows, you're always frowning. So it gives you, it relaxes your face. It's like getting any body massage, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly
Yeah. No, mine is more because of medicine. So it's just with time it'll go, but I always try to do stuff to bring the swelling down a bit, you
yeah,
know?
you should definitely
So,
practicing more face massages. And then then it comes the jaw area. So I just take my thumb, put it underneath, use this thumb, and just go along the line. 1, 2, take it to my ear. 3, 5. Then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, I'll take all my lymphatic tissues and put them all the way down. And then in the end, this is like literally, you can do it as many as times you want. You can repeat it. If you want to focus on your jawline, you can keep repeating it. Do it. You can do it in the AM, you can do it in the PM, and then you can just, like I do, like this small stretch with my neck on my right and my left, and yep.
so Bira, will this help with a more like defined jawline as well?
Yeah, so I know a lot of people who do this have found a significant change in their face structure as well. So while you keep doing it, and it does. And then there's so many tools as well you can use for face massage. There are jade rollers, there are gua sha tools. So there's so many that's there to help you um, do it. But obviously,
How good is a jade roller? You know, like I have a jade roller as well, but when you were telling me how to do it and I was doing it myself, I felt more relaxed than what a jade roller usually does for me.
yeah, so it works on some people and it doesn't at times, whatever you're comfortable with. But yeah, I feel more comfortable doing it with my fingers. It also kind of gives me that sense of, like knowing my face. I know where my knots are. I can feel everything,
Yeah.
It's that touch that really works for knowing a time. I know that I get my knot area is this area, so I'll focus more on my cheeks till
Uh-huh.
knots don't open up.
So, Bira, can I just ask one thing before we end this session as well? I just want to ask, you know, because Karachi is so humid and we tend to sweat a little more. Some people sweat on their face as well. And then they don't moisturize because they're like, oh, we're already going to sweat. And then, you know, with the moisturizer, it becomes more sort of, it becomes more oily. So, what should one do with that?
So often I've heard people say, "Oh, I have oily skin and I don't need to moisturize." That's the exact opposite. You must moisturize because your skin is keep getting more oily. Is because it's overproducing. It's compensating for your skin. So moisturizer, what it does is balances that out. So use, for example, for oily skin, use a gel-based moisturizer. That's not going to make your skin more oily, like we discussed before. So moisturizer is key.
Yeah.
Is key. It's key. It's very important. Don't use a heavy-based moisturizer. Use a lightweight moisturizer. Use a water-based moisturizer or a gel-based moisturizer if your skin is oily.
Okay,
But
got it. Abira, thank you so much. Yeah, sorry. No, you were saying something.
no, I'm good.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Abira, for being part of our show. I know you weren't feeling too well, so thank you so much for coming on. This video is going to stay on for 24 hours. Then we put it on our news feed. We put it on our Facebook as well. So if anyone also wants to reach out to Abira, they have their Insta page,
Yeah,
which is Primary
have our
Skincare.
Instagram page, primary.skin, where we're always posting a lot of information and a lot of stuff. So, people who I've had quite a few questions. You can direct us to our page. You can check our website out. We're always available.
Yeah, and also, by the way, I was checking out your page, and what I found really interesting was the 30-day challenge for
Yeah,
skincare, and that's really fun because we have so much time right now. And I said, oh my God, I'm gonna do this now as well.
yeah. Listen, you should do a face massage. You should do this now. We have a small clip of it as well. And today's the last day of our 30-day challenge. But
Okay.
yeah, but you can.
But I mean, anyone can go back to your
Yeah,
Insta and
yeah.
start from day one.
Maybe you should tag a friend, and maybe you and your friend should follow that 30-day challenge, so you guys can keep in check.
Yeah, so make a little memes or something. I'll get my graphic designer to make a meme and say skincare 30-day challenge. Let's do it. Something fun because people are just looking to do a lot of things right now, and this is a good way. Like people are getting into yoga, meditation, skincare, healthcare, everything sitting at home.
Yeah,
So this will be
yeah.
fun.
And, we have such an amazing online platform that all of us can connect and pass on that information. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Abira, and I hope you feel better. Thank you again for coming on to our live session.
Okay. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye. So everyone, this was Abira, who's the co-founder of Primary Skincare. We had her telling us some really important tips about how to improve your skin, how to have a daily routine for your skin, and then she taught us most wonderful thing, a face massage, which is so important right now. So viewers, I hope you enjoyed the session. Please look after yourselves. Take care of yourself. Take care of your skin as well. We all want that glowy skin, and it always shows how you're feeling inside. It shows on your skin as well. So I hope आप सब लोग अपना ख्याल रखेंगे, and please maintain social distancing. Please let us know if we can help you out in any way. Message us anytime, and inshallah we'll meet again soon. Khuda.